If you were one of the many eagles that lives on the Camatta Ranch, you might often soar over this seemingly deserted Wild West town that rests quietly on the west side of the ranch. But the quiet erupts to the sounds of gunfire on the fourth Saturday of every month when the members of the Pozo River Vigilance Committee at Lazy Arrow gather for a day of cowboy action shooting. The Pozo River Vigilance Committee was established in 2006 by Three-Fingered Dutchman and Dirty Sally and set in the lush canyon on a ranch in Santa Margarita, California, a little spot that Three-Fingered Dutchman called Pickle Creek. The range was active with regular weekend and annual events until Three-Fingered Dutchman and Dirty Sally decided to move to Texas in early 2015. When Three-Finger told me he was going to have to tear down the range, I called a good friend who owned a 32,000-acre cattle ranch about 20 miles away and talked to him about the possibilities of having a cowboy action shooting club on his ranch. He was an ardent shooter and was excited about having a club on his property. The next morning, he and I headed out to meet with Three-Fingered Dutchman to explore the possibilities of moving the Pozo River Vigilance Committee to the Camatta Ranch. Three-Finger and Mark walked the range and talked about various targets and buildings that needed to be moved, and 2 hours later they shook hands and Three-Fingered Dutchman turned to the camera.
Hey cowboys, cowgirls! You know, we're closing up here at PRVC, and Dirty Sally and the Three-Fingered Dutchman are moving on to Texas. But before we go, we got some good news for you. We got a new feller in town that's taking the Pickle Creek town and moving it out to his ranch. So PRVC will live on. And I'm looking forward to coming back to California to shoot at this new range, and I'm hoping that each and every one of you that have shot with us in the past will be here to support the new PRVC. It's going to be great. They got a wonderful venue, and they have intentions of putting in a world-class range. So I think it behooves you to come over and show your support.
3 months later, in March of 2015, we held a gala farewell shootout for Three-Fingered Dutchman and Dirty Sally, with about 75 attendees gathered for a memorable event to share memories, hugs, and tears in the morning sun. During the months leading up to the farewell event, several of us got together and planned the ultimate send-off to honor our good friends. We constructed a replica Wells Fargo cash box and filled it with donations from the many friends who came to gather to bid them well. Then we planned a skit to make the presentation. The actors included Pozo Polly, who brought them up on stage and quieted the audience, Trapper McDaniels and Horn-Toed Tom, who were the stagecoach robbers, Charlie Cartwright, who brought out the shooting iron, and me orchestrating the action. The event was videoed by Sheriff Will Ketchum, who just moments before was handed the camera and told to just press the button. The entire event was never rehearsed, just talked through, but no rehearsal had ever made it better. See for yourself.
Vasya! There you go. Thank you so much for coming out here to wish a fun...
Hold on, Pozo Polly. Here comes Trapper McDaniels and Horn-Toed Tom.
Are you interrupting me?
I am. Where are you coming from, boys?
Well, the Pickle Creek stage just dropped this thing.
You robbed the stage and you ain't got no guns?
Well,
oh, never mind. That's not in the script.
No.
You mean the Pickle Creek stage that goes from South Pickle Creek to North Pickle Creek over here?
We stopped it at South Pickle Creek.
My goodness, I'll bet I heard that thing probably has upwards of $1,800 from the local town folk in there. You stole it?
Oh, yes, we did.
Well, let me get a crowbar and we'll just...
No. Cowboys don't use keys. They don't use crowbars. Now, I'm not sure what we can hide.
Hold it a minute. What we got here?
What?
Oh, this'll do.
Well,
Cowboy, give me a light. You got enough? Right to my magic.
Sit down for a second.
Okay. Hold it. We got it. All right, it's going.
Put it right there.
Put it right there.
Okay.
Everyone, hold your ears. Hold your ears. Wait a minute. Hold it. SAS Rule 6 says that you can't put up dynamite unless everybody has ear things on. All right, never mind that. Here, hold this. I'm just going to ask who out there has a key. We're going to open this thing up. Who's got a key?
I don't need those stinking keys.
Shoot it off. What would you do?
Shoot the lock
if you didn't
off.
have a key?
If I had guns, I'd shoot that sucker.
If you had guns, you mean you'd shoot it off?
Hang on, I got me a shooting iron.
Oh,
right
he's got a
here.
shooting iron? All right. Well, let's set that up and shoot that lock off.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We'll shoot that lock right off. I know this is a 6-shooter because it's got 6 bullets in it. 3 for the little lady and 3 for the little man.
This is Russ's race. Let's keep going.
Way back there, guys. Now you're going crazy. All right, we're gonna have 3 shots each. Now, if they don't shoot that lock off, do they get the money?
No.
That was terrible. If they don't shoot that lock off, do they get the money? Yeah.
What's the right answer?
If they don't get that lock off, do they get the money? No. Oh Lord, don't let me let down.
Here, hold on to this.
Yeah, hold on. Look out.
It's live.
Here, Russ, it's just like a lightning.
Come on, man.
You go first, Sandy.
Ladies first.
You got to shoot that lock right off that cash box so you don't get all that money in there. You bet.
Wait, where's the spotters?
Hey, where's the spotters at?
They don't need no sneaking spotters.
Hit the box.
Go through the money. Whoa! Okay, now the little man gets it.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, this is smoker's powder. Too high. Oh, man.
Hold it. Muzzle up.
What do you
Hey, dudes, that's for you. Folks, thanks for being part of this. Please, we're going to put the box out somewhere. There'll be some pens near it. Everyone here, please find a way to write your alias into the lid of the box. And for those of you that hadn't had a chance to contribute to this yet, when the box is open, if you want to do something, you may. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Sandy and Russ.
All right, guys, you gotta open it up.
Yep. Oh, yeah, pull the lip pin out on it, Ross.
I already.
All right, Russ. Hold it.
Dan said he already did it.
Oh, you did? Okay, you're ready to go.
Good job.
Drum box.
Whoa.
Oh, thank you guys.
You know,
Oh my God.
Who took the gold bars
this is
out?
way far beyond, you know,
What is it?
money. Traveling money.
Yes, man.
Now, you better make it the borderline.
No,
That's all
that's
I
just, that's just in case you get.
After lunch, Three-Fingered Dutchman presented the PRVC flag to Hotshot Haas and Camatta Lilly, along with some of his typically eloquent words. It was a tender moment, and we all recognized the tug of Three-Fingered Dutchman giving up his treasured range and club, but we also knew that he was comfortable with its new home. Camatta Lilly and Mountain Man Mark are the owners of the Camatta Ranch, but unfortunately Mountain Man Mark, our new sheriff, had to be at the ranch working cattle that day.
The first match that we're going to have, it'll be on July 25th, and it's completely free. We're going to have a barbecue. We also have area out there if you want to camp. We have a big area that you could come and camp as well. So we hope that we see all of you out there, and we're really excited about this new venture. So thank you.
Yep, and if they don't show up, just let me know.
As everything winded down for the day, we got Three-Fingered Dutchman aside for some comments.
Let me tell you a little bit about the new venue you're going to be shooting at. It's on a beautiful ranch, 32,000 acres. They raise wild game. They raise exotic animals, buffalo, water buffalo, and all kinds of things that you have never seen before. It's going to be a great opportunity. I have walked the ranch with the new owner, the PRVC. We picked out a beautiful site facing north in the low hills. It's going to be a great spot. Not a lot of uphill and downhill for us old folks. Wonderful parking next door. There's several acres, many acres for motor homes, campers. You're going to be welcomed out there. And it's just going to be an unbelievable sight.
The work began immediately to find the right home on the Camatta Ranch for PRVC stages and buildings. Three-Fingered Dutchman, Sheriff Mountain Man Mark, Horn-Toed Tom and I walked the property. We all agreed that a secluded canyon-like area on the west side of the ranch provided the best potential. It had a 150-foot hill to brigade backstop and was directly across from the trailer camping area that was capable of accommodating upwards of 200 trailers, and immediately adjacent to what would be our day parking lot. I turned to Mountain Man Mark and said, "What would happen if a shot goes over this hill?" To which he laughed and said, "If it's a cowboy load, it'll safely land on the ranch."
All right, we're gonna start our first berm about right here. Yep. Gonna go back about 20 yards, 8 foot high, 15 to 20 foot between the next, or 15 to 20 yards between the next berm.
Right.
And you're gonna dedicate the first 6 bays? What are you gonna build to begin with?
6 for starters.
6 to starters. So you got potential to put in 106 if you get what you want. You got the room to do it.
Oh yeah, all the way back up there.
Long range all the way at the end. We can go out to probably 200, 250 yards. That'll be good.
The following weekend, Camatta Lilly, Ruthless Rose, Mountain Man Mark, Camatta Kid, and I headed to the canyon with a pile of stakes and a tape measure to mark out the entire site, including berms for 8 stages, an area for our open bay for eliminator matches, and a flat pad for our long-range stage, which would later become Fort Morrison, which would be built around a steel platform and fitted with targets at 100-yard intervals from 100 yards to 1,300 yards. The following Tuesday afternoon, just 2 days later, Mountain Man Mark called me and said, "The berms are plowed and we're ready to set stages." With the berms prepared, I contacted our territorial governor, El Lazo, and asked him to come out and meet with me and Mountain Man Mark to double-check that our berms and bays were prepared properly. Next came the back-breaking job of moving all the stage facades, buildings, and targets from their home at Pickle Creek to the Camatta Ranch, a distance of about 24 miles. Mountain Man Mark went to PRVC with his forklift and flatbed trailer, and it took a full week and 15 back-and-forth trips to take everything down and move it to the ranch. Mountain Man Mark immediately began work on the facades to permanently erect them on platforms so we could easily move them in place, as well as being able to move them out of the way when we needed to do work on the back bays. We also began to go through all the targets and stands to make any necessary repairs and adjustments. The reconstruction of the facades took almost 2 months. When Mountain Man Mark signaled that he was ready, we enlisted the aid of PRVC members Atascadero Pistolero and Bootleg Bob for the following weekend to help set all the stages in place. It took a full day to move them from the shop area back to the range and set them on their new pads.
Hey, cowboys, cowgirls, it's been a few months now. Pozo River Vigilance Committee is now in action. I've heard great things all the way from Texas about the new venues. I've heard about all the shooters coming out to support Mountain Man Mark and Camatta Lilly. It is wonderful. I am so glad you have supported him. Dirty Sally and I are happy that our legacy will live on in Pickle Creek, just in a little different location.
The first match in our new camp was on August 23rd, 2015, and it was a very special day indeed, as our guests and members gathered to share a wonderful day of cowboy fun in the sun with their fellow members in the club's new home. Our initial loading and unloading tables were stacked hay bales covered with canvas. But the following summer, Mountain Man Mark constructed 12 steel loading and unloading tables with adjustable roofs to achieve the best shade angle and tilting and locking table. Our first annual event, called the Lazy Arrow Shootout, was held May 26th through 29th in 2016. It was a very special event that honored Three Finger Dutchman and Dirty Sally, who made the journey all the way from Bandera, Texas, to the ranch to celebrate the week with us. With more than 60 in attendance who came to honor their friends and inaugurate the club's first annual event. During our opening ceremony, Deputy Atascadero Pistolero, Ruthless Rose, and I presented Mountain Man Mark and Camatta Lilly with their new flag, which boasted the new logo of the Pozo River Vigilance Committee at Lazy Arrow. Today, the flag flies proudly over all of our matches.
I'm ready.
The ranch also features guest houses and hosts many team building events. The business component of the ranch that provides these services is called Lazy Arrow Adventures, so we brought PRVC under that umbrella. and changed its name to PRVC at Lazy Arrow. We shoot the fourth Saturday of every month, and our annual event known as the Lazy Arrow Shootout is held on Memorial Day weekend. For membership and schedule information, please visit us at www.prvc@lazyarrow.com. Come on out and shoot with us.